Adding fractions with different denominators is very simple. Remember, the denominator of a fraction tells you the size of the piece, and we must have the pieces exactly the same size before we can count up how many pieces we have. And we call that common size the lowest common multiple. Now, to find the lowest common multiple, as we previously showed you, you need the highest common factor of the two numbers. And quite often the highest common factor is the difference between them. In this case, we have a look at 12 minus 6, which is 6, which is a factor of both numbers. So we write underneath each number, we write each number as a product of two factors. One of the factors must be the highest common factor. So 6 is 6 times 1, because 6 is the highest common factor. 12 is 6 times 2, because 6 is the highest common factor. We now cross off that highest common factor because we don't need it. They've both got a 6, so we put a line through the 6 in the 1, and a line through the 6 in the 2, and we now look for the lowest common multiple of those two. So the 6 needs a 2, it doesn't have one, so we multiply the top and bottom of 1 over 6 by 2. So we put 2 times the 1 and 2 times the 6. Now we don't have to multiply by 1, so we now have got 12 on the bottom of both fractions. So we go across. The first fraction is 2 over 12, so we just write the 2 atop and the 12 underneath. And the second fraction is 7 over 12, so have the 7 on the top and the 12 underneath. If we add the 7 plus 2, we get 9 over 12. We'll just write 9 over 12. And we'll notice that 9 over 12, if we can multiply the top and bottom by the same number, we can divide the top and bottom by the same number. So we divide the 9 by 3, which is a common factor, and the 12 by 3, which is a factor of both numbers. And so our final answer, 9 divided by 3 is 3, which is the top of the fraction, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 1/6 plus 7/12 equals 3/4. We'll do another example. Again, we look at the difference. 10 from 15 is 5. 5 is a factor of both numbers. We write 10 as 5 2's and 15 as 5 3's. We cross off the 5 from each one. We now take the 3 beside the 10, top and bottom. We multiply the 3 by 3. On the top, multiply 3 by 3. And on the bottom, we multiply the 10 by 3. And we have to multiply the 8 by 2 because 2 is underneath the 10 and not underneath the 8. So we multiply the 8 by 2. And we multiply the 15 by 2. And we should check straight away. We have 3 2's are 30, 3 10's are 30. We put 30 underneath the first fraction. And we notice that 2 15's are 30, so we put 30 underneath the second fraction. We have the same size pieces. 3 3's are 9. We write 9 above the first fraction. 2 8's are 16. We write 16 above the second fraction. 9 plus 16 is 25 over 30. We write that down. And again, we can divide top and bottom by 5 because 5 is a common factor. So we have 25 divided by 5 gives us 5, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. And our final answer is 5 over 6. Adding fractions is simple. You find the lowest common multiple by first writing each number in the denominator as a product of two factors where one of the factors is the highest common factor of the two numbers.